Hey girl, you trying to hit this?
You know exactly what I need.
We have Jeter. We're smoking on Jeter. Is that LA?
Jeter, yes, from LA. It's the Maui Wowie strain. Easy.
Patty has been a guest on our podcast before. It's called PattyyK. It swings on and off the golf course. So she was a college golfer. She also swings. Or used to swing. But today we're going to talk about, I guess, kind of full circle from the last time we spoke.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of getting into it. We wanted to have her on. She's our dear friend here in Miami. We hang out all the time. We cry. We laugh. We smoke together.
We get high.
We love Patty.
This is PattyyK, bitches.
So you're going to get this is as if we were all friends just hanging out and having a conversation.
Hell yeah. We do this every fucking day.
We are all friends having a conversation.
Wow,
We
look at
love you
us.
guys.
Look at us.
And if you love us, leave us a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts. Leave us 5 stars on Spotify.
We love you.
And suck our dicks in the comments. Tell us we look great.
Tell
We'll
us
suck
pretty.
your dick in your comments.
I love people telling me I'm pretty.
Me too. I'm like, can I hear it again?
Just do it. Just keep doing it.
Yeah. I love when people engage with me on social media. Please.
Just do what we tell you, okay? Just do it.
Just listen to us. We're smart.
Dude, I'm dead. We podcasted yesterday. We have our previous episode with Dika and Tori Green, so go check that out. We talked all about power couples, relationships, what makes a man commit.
Off track.
Yeah,
We got very high.
We got so high.
We got very high.
I love that.
And then right after that, we had to get ready and we podcasted, did a 4-hour-long podcast with the Danza Project.
They're fucking hilarious. Go check them out on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. There's some old motherfuckers there.
Oh, yeah. They basically are like a rap podcast, a music podcast. Our friend Sam Buck, who we also had on this podcast, went on that podcast before. Mm-hmm. He's tied into comedy and rap, and we're, I guess, tied in with Sam and comedy. And
we love Sam.
We smoke weed, so that's also rappers smoke weed
every day.
Go check that episode out, too. We lost the video footage, but the audio is fucking great.
Yeah, Sam's super funny. It was a great episode, though. We got into it about monkeypox. How you feeling about monkeypox?
That just came out of nowhere.
Left field. I feel like it's same with COVID. I was hearing about it for a while before it became an issue.
Yo, can you get monkeypox if you got chickenpox?
I think so. I think it's something completely different.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have the immunity.
Fuck. I got chickenpox.
Oh my God.
And my dad,
too.
you know how you're not supposed to get chickenpox twice? My dad got it when he was a kid. I got chickenpox. I gave my dad chickenpox, which when you're an adult just turns into shingles.
That sucks.
Which apparently is really bad.
Shingles can kill you.
Yeah, so he got shingles from me.
Kids can kill their parents so easily. I almost accidentally tore my dad's eye out. When I was 2 years old, I was just going in for the corner and he was like, if you had actually gotten under, you could have popped my eye out. That's disgusting. Children are so stupid.
Even childbirth is fucking dangerous.
I loved him.
Childbirth? God.
My mom had a very tough
traumatic
birth. I was a big fucking baby.
Really?
I was 12.9 pounds.
Holy shit.
I did not fit in newborn diapers. They didn't have diapers for me in the hospital.
I have a woman on TikTok who has a list of all of the things that can happen during childbirth, and she just updates them and duets women being like, all of my teeth fell out when I was pregnant and I had to get dentures, crazy shit like that.
No, pregnancies. So this is I hate to get political, but this is why I get so pissed off about the new decision with Roe versus Wade v. Wade. Do you not understand what women have to go through to have a child?
Oh my God, so much.
So much pain.
It's a parasite.
I literally watched a TikTok.
Shitty sex.
That too.
Yeah.
We got knocked up off shitty sex.
So this girl put a watermelon on her husband to simulate pregnancy.
I saw that.
Oh.
And I want to do experiments like that on men.
That would be funny. There are period things where you can simulate period cramps to
and
men.
you can also simulate childbirth. So let's fucking put all of that shit on all the congressmen that voted against whatever.
People love that type of content too. It's hilarious every time.
Miami's so sketchy. Oh,
The
It's so
service
sketchy.
is so bad.
everything is sketchy. I don't trust anyone here. I don't trust, honestly, anything and anyone.
How's dating in Miami?
Dating is terrible in Miami. And I tell all my friends that are like thinking of moving here, I'm like, hey, Miami's great. Opportunities, weather, party, whatever. But if you're coming here single, wanting to find your soulmate, like turn the fuck around.
Yeah.
They're not in Miami.
Turn the fuck around. And they recently did a list of like the top cities in the United States that where men cheat or people cheat. I think it was people. Sorry to specify men, but you know.
Women definitely cheat here.
Women do cheat.
Yeah. And the top was Orlando,
Oh.
and then Miami was second. Like, do not come to Miami if you're trying to find your soulmate.
Do you think that Orlando is the highest place where there's cheaters because it's Disneyland and all the families, when they're in the hotels with their kids, they all cheat on each other, or there's like big swinger parties in the Disney hotels?
That's crazy. I could see
That's
that
a
happening.
lot of
Think
work.
of how many families are there and
know.
how many couples are unhappy, but they bring their kids there, and it's two unhappy people. They meet at the pool or they meet in line with their kids.
I don't know.
Disneyland ruins families. Okay.
Are we just jealous because we never got the chance to go to Disneyland?
Oh, bitch! I went
Maybe.
to Disneyland.
Really?
I did.
Yeah.
I was in Canada.
No, we went to Florida every single year when I was a young kid.
Oh,
Up until I was like 10.
see, that's when it was great.
Up until I was 10, my life was good. Maybe 8 because of the bowl cut phase, but financially fine until I was 10. Then completely
It all went downhill.
backwards.
Shit. No, I went to Disney as an adult for one of my wedding anniversaries.
Oh.
Oh my God.
It was bad.
I
Was that
hated
your idea?
I said I wanted to go to Disney because I've never been and I wanted to experience it just to say I went to fucking Disney. And he just surprised me with it. We did like 3 different parks and it was
What
just,
a narcissist move to surprise you with the place that's supposed to be magical
And make it
wasn't
unmagical.
magical.
and make it unmagical.
Oh no, we had like a couple come. He invited a couple specifically so that we could swing.
So you swing. You
So
swing
you did
at
swing
Disney?
at Disneyland.
We
This
did.
is what I'm talking about.
But we didn't
I have food in my mouth.
I mean, I don't have a kid, but yeah, I did swing at Disneyland.
Yeah.
We stayed at the what's that? Animal King, not Animal. Yeah, I think the Animal
Kingdom.
The Princess Castle.
Yeah, it was the hotel that is like right next to the Animal Kingdom, and you see like giraffes out your window and shit.
Oh.
It was really cool.
That's actually really cool.
Actually,
I'm just licking my
it
fingers.
was so bad because that was my wedding anniversary. We
How
swung.
many years in?
I think that was the first wedding anniversary.
Okay.
We swung and I didn't even participate.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's
People
not swinging.
cheat at Disneyland. I'm gonna repeat it again.
I mean, I was there, but like I didn't have any fun. And I'm like, man, like we couldn't even make the fucking wedding anniversary something special.
It was all for him to make himself feel good.
he
yeah.
fucked another girl in front of you without you getting.
With another guy, and I was just like watching. Because I didn't
Did
want to
they, like,
fuck her.
double team
I didn't
her?
want to fuck her because she looked too young. Like she had like a weird look to her. She like, I don't want to say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Say it. We can
She
bleep
looked
it.
like a little boy.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean, I was just not into her like that. I like pretty girls. I like beautiful women, voluptuous with a nice hair. She had like a pixie cut, no boobs. And I
Oh,
just,
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Like Alice Cullen from Twilight.
yeah.
oh, fix the nip.
Oh, nipples out. I'm sorry, Patty. I was
I
too
don't
busy
care.
looking at your eyes.
Oh.
I just stare right
I'm
at
just
both of their
kidding.
tits. I feel like you guys catch me staring at your tits all the time, but it's literally because I zone out. Sometimes I look and then I just zone out. They're a great place to zone out at and dissociate. So like snap to and I'm like, I've been looking at those titties for a while, but I'm like in my head thinking about like tacos or something.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a butt man.
I'm everything. I just love
I need
curves.
a butt. I need a butt. There needs to be a butt on the man I'm dating.
Yes. I
And
agree.
if not, like prepare to do hip thrusts with me in the gym. Prepare. And
gotta
don't
do
say it's a bitch move because I've went to the gym with a guy that said, no, I'm not going to do a hip thrust because that's what females do. And I'm like, but I don't give a
What?
fuck. It's an exercise. You're doing hip thrusts and this is what's going to grow your glutes.
It's good for you.
So here's how you get a man to listen to that, because I tried telling my ex, like just being like, oh yeah, you should like do this stuff. It builds your butt. He's like, I like my butt. I have a great butt. And I'm like, I'm a butt person. He had a small butt. His thighs were huge and great thighs, but his butt was small. And so like, one day we were like scrolling past, like he's like showing me this fitness guy. It was like an older man. I was like, wow, look how big his ass is. I just kept talking about how much I loved his big ass. I was like, that's hot. Like he has the nicest ass I've ever seen. You know what he did? He's like, I started doing squats and hip thrusts at the gym the other day because I wanted to build my butt. And I was like,
men are learning. Men are building dumpies too. It's not just the girls.
But men respond to like it was a competition thing. It was just me complimenting someone's butt, someone he admired.
Exactly. My last 2 exes had nice asses, like nice bubble butts. Like I just loved grabbing them. Ooh. I need a man with a nice ass.
Do you like to eat ass?
Depends on how freaky I want to be and how like I'm into the person. And if I'm so into the person, they're okay with me doing it, I will do whatever. I love giving a sloppy blowjob. Like I am covered in my own shit when I'm sucking dick. And it's easier. The more spit you use, the more sensitive it gets, and the way you can control your grip pressure.
Yeah.
And I learned that from golf. I learned that from golf. I had to practice my grip pressure when swinging irons, and I translated that to swinging.
Wait,
and
can you
sucking dick?
And sucking dick.
Holy shit.
Okay, if you were holding a golf, like how would you translate that to dick sucking for all the golfers out there who are listening?
I mean, it's remaining like very, what's the word? I literally had it, then I fucking blanked because I'm a stoner.
It's that Jeter.
It is the Jeters. You need a consistent grip pressure when you're swinging back. And it's kind of hard because, you know, you're moving your hands. The club is heavy at the top. You have to remain like very consistent throughout your swing so that the club can actually do the work. The second you like grip it too hard and like tighten your grip, your hand moves, the position moves. You can't really like release because this is tight because you're squeezing. So if you do like your, if you have a grip pressure of, let's say 4, 5, like 5 is a little too much. I would say 4, 3 is ideal. So if you were to hold the club, barely holding it, that's a 0. If you were to hold it at the tightest you could, that's a 10.
Okay.
So try to go around like 3, 4, 5. Consistently throughout the swing, you will be more consistent with your placement, trajectory, and whatnot.
Well, we're gonna go to Top Golf this week, and I'm gonna test that shit out.
Oh man,
You should teach us how to actually swing.
I used to teach people. I know. I mean, now it doesn't really matter because I'm not in college. But when you are a college golfer here in the States, you can't get. Oh, give them to me. Oh.
I've literally been licking my fingers like a fiend over here. Like I'm disgusting.
So when you are a college golfer, you're not allowed to get paid. I mean, this was a couple years ago. Now it's switched because of social media. But before that, if you were to get paid for golf, if it's teaching, if it's playing or whatever, then you're no longer considered an amateur, and you don't have eligibility or status to play as a college golfer.
So you have to just like volunteer your time if you want to do shit like that.
Yep.
Holy shit.
I think they changed that in the recent years. I think in the last 3 years, they did allow college students to accept.
Well, TikTok definitely had
TikTok,
made a huge difference in that. Like all of the big influencers now are like college, like basketball players, especially women. I feel like changed the game with how
Hell yeah.
college athletes are playing. I mean, getting money.
So
Fucking
it's like the little things, you know. I know so much about. I have like a spectrum. Like I have like the education, the golf, the prissy lifestyle, to literally the raunchy swinging. Miami's crazy. For
Miami's
swinging.
crazy. I haven't experienced. We haven't experienced the crazy yet. Because now I'm like, no, I'm celibate. So I'm like, I feel like I'm done with those wild stories. I feel like I'll do it for a story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
If all of a sudden I was in a room and I was feeling everyone and they were like, let's have an orgy, I'd be more likely to fuck 5 dudes in one night having that orgy than I am to go on a date, talk to a guy and fuck him, or even a one night stand after a date or something.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. It's fun because it's like, when am I ever going to be in this position ever again?
That's the only reason, yeah. Or it's like
a fucking moment.
I don't know, like my favorite actor or something is like, I want to fuck you, and that's been a childhood dream, I'm breaking my celibacy. He can use me and degrade me because my inner child's using him, you know?
Hell yeah. There's so many swingers here in Florida, and I love it. When I was really into the community and swinging with my ex, it was like lawyers, doctors, like
They're like hot, successful people.
hot, successful people.
How do you get
swinging.
into this?
I started on SDC.com.
What's that?
What's that?
It's called the Swinger Dating
S-
Swinger Dating Community.
SDC.com.
And it's like a Facebook for swingers.
Oh, shit.
And you say what you're comfortable with. You say if you're single or if you're with a couple. There's like couple profiles, single profiles. You say like
Emily's like
pictures,
making an
videos.
account in her head right now.
Literally, I'm
like
like,
Fat
how do
Li-
I sign up?
It's like kind of like FetLife, but like for swingers.
That sounds like fun. But life is interesting. I want to meet up with people, but then I'm scared I'm going to be murdered.
Also, the
And sex
website
trafficked.
itself looks sketchy.
The website
if,
sucks.
If it was like bright white and fun and good colors and like everything didn't look like a sketchy website from the 90s, right?
It's like grungy.
It's like active now with like literally the worst graphics. I don't know. Just
they
like
have not improved the site. At all.
I remember when I first moved down to Miami, I somehow got in with like the Star Island mansion parties.
what is that? What's
Island
Star
you can't get
Island?
into?
Oh, that's
It's all those islands off of 395.
That you can't get into, right? That you have to.
Yeah, some you
Okay.
can, some you can't.
You told us about the. Okay, this is the story you told us on the yacht when we were driving by the island
Yes, what
I
the
told
two
this story.
guys.
with the two guys
On the
balcony.
balcony.
Oh yeah, oh that's Fisher Island. Oh my god,
Is that the
Is
same
that a
thing?
different island
yeah, Fisher Island is the most expensive zip code in all of America,
in
Oh,
Miami?
in all
and is no in all of
in
America.
all of America?
Yeah,
How do we get in there?
Wow.
it's completely gated. You have to use like a ferry boat to go use, and you have to be on the list. If you're not on the list or not live there, you're not allowed to go.
We definitely have a friend who snuck in like the trunk of somebody's car.
Oh, yeah.
Hidden under shit. Like smuggled in.
Yeah, you have to be smuggled in. And I knew this guy, and he was like kind of
You
cute.
have to be smuggled in.
If you're not on the list, yeah, they will not.
How
let
do you get on the list?
If one of the owners or renters like call in and say your name, just like how a regular building will let you up, but like they will not let you on this boat.
Their building is an island.
And you can take your car on this boat, so you can take your car so you can drive around the island. It's super cool. I knew a guy, he was friends with this guy, and his dad was like the best personal injury lawyer in Florida.
Oh shit, that's money right there.
That's some good money.
Yeah, like there was some like crazy lawsuits he won, and he's a millionaire, billionaire.
This is Florida, I bet.
He had like the nicest penthouse there too. But they were like kind of weird for each other. They were like kind of gay for each other, honestly.
oh, they were into each other.
And like they knew I was doing OnlyFans, and they knew I was kind of freaky, and I was like I started to suck one guy's dick. And he's like, yeah, can my friend join? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yay, threesome, 2-guy threesome. I'm
Right,
gonna be
that
great. I'm
sounds
gonna get
great.
fucked by 2 dicks. This is like obviously what I love to do.
Oh,
I mean,
So I started sucking one guy's dick, and he kind of like
where's the
just started putting his hand on his shaft and like kind of pushing me out. I'm like, what, you don't want me to suck your dick? He's like, no, suck my balls, suck my balls.
Okay.
And I'm like, he's laying down. I'm in like a doggy position with my ass. Like I'm waiting for to
Okay.
get fucked by the other dude. Like I'm in position while I lick this guy's balls. And the other guy is just like jerking off in the other corner of the couch. And this was like a huge like U-shaped couch that was in one of their penthouses. And he's just jerking off. And then I'm like, okay, well, let me like suck his dick a little bit. Maybe this guy's finally ready to fuck me. So like I switch over to the other guy, and he's just like, no, just suck my balls. And I'm like, what the fuck?
they just wanted you to suck their balls.
So did you
Yes.
just like alternate between the two of them? It's been like a minute.
Yeah. And then they just like were jerking off with each other. Like, and I was just like sucking. And then I got annoyed because it was an annoying position.
So they just wanted you to suck their balls.
Yeah, and I couldn't keep doing that because it was cramping my neck, cramping my back. I'm like, this is just not going to work. Either you're going to come right now.
Were you like sucking their balls?
No, I
Were you,
was
like,
in
sideways. Were you upside down?
I was like in a doggy position.
And just going from one to the other?
Yeah, and then I was
they
like, I can't
jerking
do
off?
this anymore. They're like, no, wait, we have a toy for you. And then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna fucking masturbate since no one's fucking me. And then they like got off to each other.
And
while
they were-
I was like using my toy in the middle. It was
Wait,
just like,
they just
What the
both jerked
fuck?
off?
yeah.
As you were sucking their balls and like masturbating?
No, I stopped sucking their balls because I couldn't do it anymore. It was like, I don't want to be in your fucking balls all day.
Oh my god!
Shit. So you just...
So I just like started using, it was like one of those Hitachi wands thing. And I just started like, I like came once. I'm like, okay, I need to go.
Yeah.
It was a very, very weird situation. And they were always together.
Interesting. Did you do it ever again?
I hung out with them one more time, and then one guy's like, "Let me see your new swinger videos. Like, let me see what you got. Like, come show me." He takes me to this like beautiful outdoor shower that they had in one of the penthouses in Fisher Island, and he just starts jerking off while looking at my videos right in front of me. I'm like, "What makes you think this is okay?"
Like you didn't even show him the video. He just pulled it
No,
up.
he's like, "Show me." I'm like, "Oh," because we would always like talk about it. And I showed him maybe like a minute of a video, and then he just like whips out his dick and starts jerking off. And then I'm like, no, I'm not letting you just jerk off to my content.
That's so
in front of me,
weird.
Yeah, I'm like, you can pay me for that. Fucking pay me. So he's like, okay, I'll pay you. Like, here's some cash. Leave me with your phone for a sec. Yeah. It was so weird. There's some weird
What?
men here in Miami.
What is
Very
going on?
weird. Was he with his friend?
His friend was like hooking up with a girl.
Oh, so they can fuck women.
I don't know. Maybe she was just sucking his balls too. We don't know what happened behind the closed doors, man.
It's true. He was jerking off to pictures of his friend. Like,
Wait, in Boston, there's a Facebook group called like New England. Like, have you seen this man?
Yeah, they have it
You
here in
should
Miami
do that
too.
and be like, did this man make anyone else just suck his balls? Like, I need to know if this is a thing.
Oh my god, that's some crazy
you don't have
shit.
a picture of him, do you?
I know his Instagram, but I don't want no lawsuit.
When I hear about these things, I'm like, is that dude a serial killer? Like, something's off.
I don't know. Maybe it's a porn addiction.
The way that guys get about sex and when they're so horny, they do the weirdest shit. They act
That's
so
what I mean. And
weird
maybe
and out
it's
of
an
pocket.
addiction.
And you're like, what's wrong with you?
My
Like,
ex had a porn addiction.
Me too.
So like he would do some weird shit. I remember he would be sleep fucking me. He would
Like
be
you were asleep or he was asleep?
he would wake me up, start like trying to undress me to like fuck me, and I was like, okay, I'm down. It's kind of hot, you know, like random sex in the middle of the night.
that is hot.
And then I realized he was asleep.
He had like somnophilia where you like
He
just
was
fucking hump
asleep,
people.
and then he would like come to, like maybe after like 30
That's
seconds
terrifying.
of fucking. He did not know what the fuck he was
That's
doing.
scary.
To the point where like now at first I was like, I didn't know that he didn't even tell me he was sleep fucking. This came out later when he was trying with me again. I'm like, no, babe, I'm not in the mood. And he wasn't like receptive. And I'm like, oh shit, you're asleep. And I just like lay there and not respond. And he would just go back to sleep.
So he'd fuck you and then 30 seconds in he'd be like,
No, he would wake up. Like if he,
No, she started rejecting him once
when I
she
rejected
realized.
him, if I just didn't move, I would be awake. He would just be like really asleep. And then,
That's so wild.
yeah,
holy shit.
that was some weird shit.
Did he ever try to get like help for it or anything?
That's so uncomfortable.
I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything.
That's
but
really
what kind of a question is that?
Sleep
You know
fucker.
this, you know this motherfuckers. He did.
Well, you just settled your divorce, right?
Yeah.
You could just now call him a sleep fucker. Like
Sleep
just that's like
fucker.
make it like
You're
a slur.
fucker.
Oh my god! Thank God I'm divorced. Thank God.
How did it feel? How old are you?
I'm 26.
26,
Whoa.
divorced.
How long did it take to get the divorce?
I filed in August. Actually, August 5th. That's tomorrow.
Last year.
So almost a year.
Oh no, August 3rd. I filed August 3rd. My anniversary was August 5th.
Oh shit.
It's been a year.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
What a lengthy legal battle.
And it was just such bullshit because we didn't have anything together. There wasn't assets, but just a bunch of people that were not cooperating. It was a mess on the other side, to be honest.
Really?
So it could have been settled within a couple months if everyone was in agreement, and
But he wanted to fight.
he did not want to make it easy on me for some reason.
That's divorces can get so messy.
It changes people. It completely changes people. I mean, I found out a lot of things just through my divorce. I'm not getting into that yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and then seeing how they change once everything is out of the bag. They're just like, oh, I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't have to have that mask. Everything's dropped. I'm out, so I can just be the dick that I really always was.
Holy
and am.
fuck. I don't know how
Live their
people
lives like
sleep
that.
at night when they do things that are like legitimately going to hurt somebody. And you're like, this will hurt me. And then they do it and then they don't care. But then they tell you they love you and they do all this stuff. And you're like, but it makes that all seem fake, because it's like, you don't really love me, because if you did, you wouldn't want to hurt me knowing that that's the exact way that I was hurt before.
Do they actually feel bad?
No.
Can they?
No.
I don't think
There's no
people like that
empathy.
can.
Narcissists lack empathy.
No remorse.
They were just never needed to really look at their actions. There's different, from what I read, my own
Like
research.
men lack empathy.
Like narcissism starts from like being spoiled as a kid, or having it's a trauma response as well.
Having a narcissistic parent.
A fucking cycle.
I thought when I got psych evaled, because I was like, something's wrong with me and I think I might have BPD.
Oh yes, BPD is on the spectrum with narcissistic personality disorders. Like BPD is on one side and narcissistic personality disorders on the complete opposite side. If you could look at it on a sliding scale.
Yeah, so I thought I had BPD or whatever, because my mom's definitely a narcissist, but I also think my mom has BPD. Like, there's both, or maybe it's just the BPD that has similar traits, because a lot of things overlap. So
Yeah.
same with bipolar. So I was explaining everything that I do to my therapist, and I was like, this is definitely like BPD. I act this way, blah, blah, blah. And then she was just like, have you ever thought about it? Maybe you act that way because you grew up in an environment where your mom's responses were that, and that's the only learned response you have as a child. And I was like, mind blown. I was like, wait, so it's not me, because I kept associating my reactions with me and who
Yeah.
I am. And in reality, it was just learned behavior because of my environment. And sometimes my responses to narcissistic abuse had to be narcissistic.
Yeah. Because
You had to play their game. And so then I learned how to fight narcissism with narcissism, but it doesn't make me a narcissist, or it doesn't mean that I have
and it doesn't help your BPD either. And BPD is one of the only, or maybe there's, I'm not a specialist, but from what my understanding, BPD is curable. Like you can get out of BPD. So it's not something like bipolar, where you can't cure bipolar, you can't cure
It's
schizophrenia.
like a chemical imbalance.
I was diagnosed bipolar. We ended up finding out that it was bipolar because I have ups and downs, and mine are going 6 months cyclical periods.
Yeah.
So this right now, August is the end of my high, and September, or I would say August and September is the end of it. And then October till March is the depression phase. So I do go through those, summer's always high, but I moved somewhere where it was always warm. So
That's what I was going to just ask you right now. Have you seen a difference now that you're in Miami? Because you're not
shit.
It's the same shit.
It's the
Really?
same shit.
yeah.
shit.
I think this summer I'm not as manic as I have been. So maybe I don't think I've really had that. I had a 2-week period after my breakup, but I wouldn't call that because of my bipolar.
You were just single and ready to mingle.
And I was super smart with my decisions. A lot with
You were.
bipolar and BPD is not knowing your decisions, and you make impulsive decisions.
Yep.
So I used to impulsively spend. Sometimes I impulsively spend, but I'm like, no, I got to work on my budget now, and I'm not doing it as much. And
so you're working on that, because I know when I was deep in my BPD, I had a lingerie obsession, and I just would constantly buy lingerie. That's why I have 7
wait, do you
closets.
have BPD too?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
but I was
You have
like
bipolar?
set on BPD.
BPD is borderline personality.
Borderline personality disorder.
No, I have bipolar. She's BPD. I didn't know you were
But
BPD.
they said I was cured, because I don't act the way I would as someone that's really in their BPD
You don't act that way at all.
anymore. I'm very rational. I worked on my therapy within the last year. I did a lot of therapy, and I did different types of therapy, because I'm like, if I don't take care of myself right now, I'm coming out of an abusive relationship. I'm still in shock. I'm trying to cut those trauma bonds, and it's an addiction. Trauma bonds are an addiction.
Yes.
And with any addiction, it's really hard to fight. So I threw myself in. I left in March, and I did therapy, Narconon, Al-Anon, all those like sex therapy, I did all of the addiction groups,
Shit.
codependency groups. Like I threw myself into therapy because I felt like if I didn't do that, I was going to go down the drain and spiral because it was just too much for me to handle.
Yeah. But good for you for recognizing that and actually like having that self accountability and like going.
And then I got cushy a couple days later.
Oh, your second puppy. They have the cutest puppies.
Yeah, I was like, if I'm going through a divorce, I need something happy and like something that if I look at like, cause she was just like a little weirdo. So you do like
so
funny
cute.
things and it would just make me laugh when it was so bad.
So
and down.
emotional support animals are
yes.
amazing. I've definitely accepted a cat or two when I was going through something.
Yeah, where's
It's
our
the
emotional
best.
support?
I know, Lola, who wants a treat? Damn. Yeah, getting rid of narcissists. You just got to become so unbearable that they don't want you anymore and they discard you. And then you get out and they think it's their decision. It's all about making it think
that
it's
they don't
their
want you
decision.
anymore.
Yeah.
They don't want you anymore because if you try to leave, they want to control you. It's not about like
It's an ego thing.
Yeah.
They don't want something to slip away from them when it's not on their terms. They want everything on their terms.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've
It's all
talked to
about
other
them.
friends of mine who have been in narcissistic relationships where it has been this way. My therapist literally recommended the discarding thing. I was like, yeah, that could work.
Shit.
that makes sense. I
Fuck
love
yeah.
that.
It got you away from it. That's all that matters.
Thank God.
Well, you're
God.
living life now. You don't have to worry about it. You got your Tesla.
Yeah. Oh, I
You're
got a
single.
Tesla. I'm single. Dating sucks in Miami.
Yeah.
I have some crazy
man.
dating stories. I got bit on a date.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Rewind.
I literally got bit on a date and he bit me twice. Not once, but twice.
Wait. He bit you twice?
Wait,
I
like
know.
sexually?
No, we were at the Heat game.
And he bit you?
Yeah. So I met this guy. I was doing physical therapy on one of my herniations, and this guy came in. He like broke his foot because he jumped out of a balcony when he was drunk, and it was like a really funny story. I was like, "Well, this guy seems fun." I'm like, I mean, maybe he wasn't that responsible, but then he like started talking about all his businesses and how because my physical therapist asked him a question on how his water company was doing. And he would like seem like a cool guy. We got along. We did some banter for that hour. And then he invited me to a Heat game.
Okay.
So we get to the Heat game and he's like, okay, let's go get 2 drinks. 2 drinks to start because we can only get 2 drinks. So let's just get them in both of our hands and we'll drink them. I was like, okay, fuck it. Whatever. I'll take 2 drinks. And that's usually my max. I'll drink 2 drinks and I'll be like, okay,
It's
I'm
always
good.
your max. You've been so good
Yeah.
about that.
It's always my max. So we sit at the seats, we're like literally almost courtside. We sit for 5 to 10 minutes. And he's like, okay, you know what? Let's just go to the bar. Let's just watch it from the bar. And I'm like, well, these seats are pretty cool. Like, he's like, nah, yeah, but I already finished my drinks. So like, let's go get like another drink and we'll come back.
God.
I was like, okay, whatever. And
This is why you order 2 drinks when you go to a sports game. You never go back to your seats with 1 drink. Rookie mistake.
yeah.
That's your first red flag
Oh,
there.
you guys only got 1 drink?
Yeah,
each?
like, yeah.
Yeah, no, you always have to get 2.
So we go up to the bar and he actually runs into like high school friends. Like we're all kind of together drinking and he keeps like ordering shots and ordering drinks. And I'm like, yo, I don't do shots. I
Yeah.
did 1 shot. I'm like, I'm only going to do 1 shot just because I'm with your friends and stuff, but I'm not going to be doing shots. And he kept like ordering more drinks. And I'm like, this guy's trying to get me wasted. So I started to go to the bathroom after every drink. I would take a sip when we cheersed, go to the bathroom, leave my drink there, come out, and he was already so wasted. He's like, where's your drink? I'm like, oh, I drank it already. What do you mean?
So smart.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So
I've definitely done the shot
Oh,
over
yeah.
the shoulder thing where you're like, yeah, I took it.
yeah,
I
fuck
pass
yeah.
it to the drunkest friend.
The
They
club
never
tables
tell.
do that.
All the time.
Sorry, babe.
So here I am talking to his high school friend's like date, who's a nurse, very professional, like nice lady. He's ordering more drinks, turns around, and I'm wearing like a thick leather jacket, and takes a chomp out of my shoulder and bites me. And I'm literally like, ow! Like stunned. I'm like, what the fuck
And you
just
felt it
happened?
through the jacket?
I was bruised. He bruised me.
Oh, he bit
He bit you hard.
fuck?
He took a and it was like throbbing. I'm like, and I was like kind of stunned. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Because I've never been bit on a date. I came out of nowhere. He literally came and just like ate
Like a fucking shark?
like a fucking shark. And then he turns back around, gets the drinks that he ordered, and then bites me again on that same shoulder. I was like, what the fuck was that? He's like, I just wanted to do that. I'm playful like that. I'm like, ow.
That's a serial killer.
That is a serial killer.
That's
what
not
the
playful.
fuck?
And I just got like pissy, and I was like, I want to go home. He's like,
Yeah.
no, listen, we didn't even have dinner.
He just army hammered you. He's letting you know when he's hammered, he wants to eat you.
Yeah.
I called my own Uber and I went home. That was I should have left like right after he bit me. I
Well,
should have.
now we know.
Now I know. But
We know.
the audacity.
Men are crazy. Women are also crazy, but like that is insane.
It's been so bad here in Miami that I thought hiring a matchmaker would literally solve my problem.
You got a matchmaker.
I forgot about this. That feels like a whole different like lifetime. That was before
this
we like
year.
knew you.
That was this year.
That's crazy.
That was the first time.
My brain is also not working. I'm like high and falling asleep because we were up till like 4 a.m.
It was
Yeah.
late. It was late. Can you tell us about the matchmaker? What's the process for finding a matchmaker?
I just like Googled like the ones that have like the best reviews
Oh,
and
okay,
like
so
have
it's
like some
Google.
awards and
Perfect.
some shit. The company I used was a total fucking scam. I should have read the contract better, but I was like excited to find my soulmate. And when they were like, I did like the little phone call with their lead matchmaker, and she like painted this amazing fairy tale of how they like look for the guys, how extensive their database is, and all the opportunities, and they do all the like vetting of the guys. So I don't have time in my job. I'm always traveling to fully like just like sit down and text with a guy, you know, like, and I don't want to waste time on a guy that's like shit. And I'm like, I have like a small circle of people I like to text because I'm and like I do a lot of engagement on my social media, and I'm talking with a lot of people on that end that I only keep my personal life very small.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm like, oh, they're going to do all the vetting for me. And she's like, yeah, you need to sign this contract right now. And the membership is $10K. And it's like, we're going to give you 4 different dates and you get to choose out of how many you want. But you get 4 dates or something like
For
that.
10K.
For 10K. And it's a 6-month subscription.
I feel like you should
4
get
dates a
unlimited
month?
dates.
They did 1 date a month. Or some shit like that. And
Interesting.
then I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like maybe I'll finally find the one with this matchmaking service. And because after going on so many shitty dates with people in Miami, I was like, I need something. I need something to like make sure that the guy's not a fucking douchebag.
Help, please.
So I was like, yeah, I signed the contract, which I didn't really pay attention to because I was excited to find my soulmate.
Yeah.
I paid the fucking $10K and I made an appointment to talk with my individual matchmaker that was going to be working with me directly. And it's like an hour or 2 call where she like gets to know you and like what kind of person you are and tries to match someone that's very compatible.
Okay.
It's a whole science. And actually, majority of like the people working in the matchmaking industry is Jewish, which is very interesting.
Really?
So I like told her about like my past, like what I've had issues with the guys I was dating, my exes. And the number one thing I told her was very, very important to me. I did not want to date anyone who had struggles with addiction. That was just a trigger for me. And I was like, no, I don't want to, that's just not what I want from my future partner. I don't want to have to worry about that.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's like a reasonable request. It's like, hey, I just got out of a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's traumatizing. I do not want to get into another one and have to deal with that. I just want a clean slate, somebody I don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
I don't have that capacity.
Yeah.
And so So they're like, yes, of course, don't worry. We're going to do all the vetting. And they sent me my first profile. The guy seemed perfect.
Okay. Is he cute?
He was cute. He was French. He played tennis. He played golf.
Oh.
He was like a tennis pro.
Okay.
Was in finance. Worked in Asia. So there was lots of travel to Asia, which is like my dream. I want to be going to fucking Asia all the time. That's so cool.
Fun.
So I read his profile. Everything looks good. But at the very, very bottom, it says like, what are you most proud of? And it says my sobriety. And the next line after that, charities that you donate to. Alcoholic Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous shit charities. And I was like,
Jesus Christ.
I was like, okay. I'm like, well, I already told him. So maybe this guy had an addict in the family. Maybe his dad was an addict. And I have
Look at you not even trying to judge right away.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart. You're such a good person, Patty.
I have family members. I have like close family friends who had parents that were addicts and they don't drink and they are very trying to help others. So I texted my matchmaker. I'm like, hey, I just want to verify this person isn't like in recovery or anything. I saw in his profile like these two statements and it makes me believe that there's a possibility of addiction. Can you please let me know more about this?
Okay.
And she's like, no, like I don't think he has an addiction. I think he just like doesn't like to drink and like he's just a good guy. He likes to donate his money. I'm like, well, can you please go message him and double check for me because this is one of my biggest no's that I told you. This is my number one no. So please, just for like
my purposes, you're paying them $10K.
Literally,
that is
yes,
the least they can be doing.
She's like, yeah, of course, I'll get back to you. Gets back to you. No, he's good. He doesn't drink. I'm like, he just doesn't drink right now. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I was like, okay, you double checked, and I have it like on text or email. It was verified that he does not have a drinking problem, but she doesn't mean that the person didn't have a drinking problem in the past or something. So I was like, okay, I went on the date, and within the first 5 minutes of us being in the car together, he's like, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for 3 years.
I would be freaking out.
Oh, did it trigger you?
I was literally like, I mean, I kind of prepared myself for that to happen, but it was still like, oh, he's like, yeah, I don't know if you know about this. I'm like, yeah, trust me, I know all about this. You don't even have to tell me like anymore.
Anything.
I know exactly what this is. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, my ex had an issue and I had family issue. Like I've had people in my life that have had issues with alcohol and drugs. So I was like, okay, no worries. I still gave him a chance. We were vibing, having a good time. And then he was like talking about how he's heavily like active in the community and he's having a girl over next weekend that's recently out of rehab and he's going to help her like navigate the sober life. And I was like, that's a huge red flag.
Oh no.
No, you're getting close and intimate with the people.
Yeah, like that should not be a thing. So I was like, and with what I went through in the past, I don't want that in my life.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around, like that's just not something I wanted at that moment. And whatever, I knew this date was probably going to be a no. We're going outside to wait for his car and he was going to drop me off. I told him during the day, he's like, what's one thing that I can hold against you? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you anything you can hold against me. He's like, yeah, but like, I mean, like something little, like if like, you hate tickling. I'm like, I do hate tickling. Don't ever fucking tickle me, actually.
Oh God. Does he tickle you?
What's something that you don't like? So that's a joke. So I can see if you'll let me cross your boundaries right off the beginning. And if you let me cross your boundaries on something small, I can get away with whatever. And guess what that is a sign of? Addiction. People with addictions. Oh, this is what happens when you recognize the flags. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I was, but like, and I told him, like, if you tried to tickle me, I swing hands, I kick, I locate your ball sack and I will aim and I will kick you in the fucking ball sack. Like just in general.
She's coming for your
I
balls.
will kick
It's
your
happened.
balls.
It's happened. I've kicked guys in the balls that try to fucking,
Really?
and I need anything.
Shit.
I do not like that shit. But at that time I was wearing a very tight dress that didn't allow me with much movement. We're waiting for the car outside, and this motherfucker starts tickling me.
Of course he does.
Of course
And
he
He
does.
wants you to like
And there's
laugh
like a
it
family
off.
in the corner. There's like people walking their dogs, right? Because it was right by it was Nova Cove. I don't know if you know that restaurant in Brickell. It's like right in downtown, so there's a lot of people just walking and shit. There's a Epic
fuck.
hotel.
Sephora?
Pardon?
By like Sephora and Moxie's.
It's no. It's more by the water, like right by Bayfront. So I had like, and I hate being tickled. So like my only instinct was to like kind of like wiggle out of it, and I just dropped to the ground real quick because I'm like, I mean, he's not going to come to the ground with me,
Yeah.
and my tits fell out of my dress.
No.
And everyone on the sidewalk literally saw me screaming, like freaking out with my tits out.
Oh no.
I'm like, this is the worst date ever.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I literally like try to compose myself because I went to the ground. He noticed my feet and he's like, "Oh, you have nice feet. I kind of have a foot fetish." And I was like,
Of course
what
he
the fuck? I'm
does.
like, did they put me with this guy because I told him I'm sexually open to things? Like, why they put me with this fucking weirdo?
Oh.
So yeah, I was really traumatized because he was talking a lot about his like past drunk experiences. He said, "Oh yeah, I almost got like killed on Hollywood Boulevard in LA because I was so blackout wasted." I was like, I don't want to hear any of this. This is not what you talk about on a first date.
No.
I was so triggered and I literally like freaked out on this matchmaking agency. I'm like, what the fuck did you guys do? You re-traumatized me. Like, this is crazy. I want my money back. This is absolutely insane.
Did you go on other dates with them?
They wouldn't give me my money back. And you know what they fucking said? You know what they fucking said? This pissed me the fuck off. I was yelling at this girl. I'm like, you re-traumatized me. You put me in a dangerous situation for my mental health. How the fuck could you do that? You put me on a date with an alcoholic or recovering alcoholic when that was the number one thing I didn't want to do. And you know what she said? Well, at least he doesn't smoke pot every day like you do.
I remember that. Oh my God.
I was
What
like, are you kidding? I'm like, bitch, I have a prescription. Are you like, what
This
are you?
is medical.
Is this discrimination now? Like, I was literally like, I'm gonna go to fucking social media. And I tried to like tell them like, give me my money back. They're like, no, we'll just give you like more dates. And I'm like,
No.
so I didn't want to waste the full 10K. I gave them 2 extra chances with 2 other guys. One was a whole mama's boy, like a
God.
complete like mama's boy that wanted. He's like, "Are you the gardener? Or are you the plant?"
What
he
does that
asked me
mean?
that. I'm like,
if you take it up the ass or
no.
is that
The
a
gardener is the
euphemism?
person that takes care, or the plant, and the plant is the one that just gets pampered and
I'm the
flourishing.
plant for sure.
And I'm like, I'm mostly the plant, but I have some gardening like experience.
Yeah.
So like I kind of like to care for someone that I love too, but I like to be taken care of. He's like, well, I'm looking for a gardener. I'm looking to be taken care of and have 6 kids. I want all the kids. He was like he was very Jewish.
So he wants to fuck his mom?
Yeah.
It was very
Emotional
weird.
incest. Well, Jewish moms are very like, I feel like,
There's that stereotype.
yeah, but it's true. It's totally true. Anyone with a Jewish mom, they're like very family oriented. What the mom says, the mom's like the decision maker.
Yeah.
So like women in Jewish culture are highly regarded over like men, but they're like the caretakers because they want to, but that's because the husband's like still making money and doing shit.
Yeah.
So I think so many young boys just like think that because their mom took care of them that they just want to take care of their, like they want to be taken care of like that, but they have father wounds. So they don't realize they still have to be a man in order to be taken care of like that.
No,
It
they
was-
don't want to be a man.
Yeah, he already had like 2 kids and he wanted like 6 more.
Oh, wait, he already had kids.
Yeah.
So he didn't find his gardener.
They
the
did
first
not
time.
set you up with good people.
You should sue them.
And then the other guy,
Emotional damages.
I don't know. I mean,
All your therapy bills for the next year.
that costs more lawyers, man. I'm
does
so
cost.
tired of lawyers. I've dealt with too many lawyers in the last year and too
That's
many
so true.
cases that I'm happy I don't have to pay another lawyer anything else. So it was a terrible matchmaking service, and this is actually the first time I'm coming out with this. So
Oh shit, we're getting the exclusive.
like
The
put that
matchmaking
shit on
exclusive.
TikTok. Let's blow it up because that was some fucking bullshit.
What's the name? Drop the name.
Luma. Luma dating. They like traumatized me. They took my money and were not even sorry.
So this matchmaking service took $10,000 from you, only promised you 4 dates, and then gave you
and
the
they're also
shittiest date.
they're using my photos as promo, saying these are the type of girls that we
That's
work
illegal.
with.
Is that in the contract that they can use?
I
your
don't
likeness?
remember because I got a DM from a guy saying, "Hey, I saw that you worked with Luma and that you're the type of girls that I could possibly find. Like, is this can you like corroborate this?" And I freaked out. I was like, "What the fuck? Some fucked up shit, Luma."
Fuck these guys.
What the hell? They can't use your likeness for advertising purposes and promotion without compensating, which means you can make money, a percentage. You can make way more. You need to sue.
I wonder if they put that into the contract though, that they can use your likeness.
I don't remember. I honestly
you
don't
have the
remember.
contract?
It's probably in my email. Bullshit.
We'll get Taylor on it.
Yeah. That's the only contract I've signed without her ever looking or another lawyer. That's the first time I was like, fuck it, if I just sign it, whatever. And she's like, Patty, you just signed this and you can't even, I can't sue them actually. I signed the contract that says I can't sue them. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Fuck.
but if they breach their contract, then the whole contract doesn't work. So if you can find a part of the contract that they breached,
Yeah, maybe, possibly.
then
If any
and the breach
lawyers-
was it in the contract? So you didn't add your own stipulations about the alcoholism, because if you had that and they breached that, then you could sue.
No, but their contract was written to protect them, not their clients.
Yeah. I mean, if there's any lawyers that want to do this pro bono and fuck up Luma,
Let's
please
get
reach
their
out to me.
asses. You could do a whole class action, find other people.
No,
whose likeness they're
I started
using.
like doing more research, and there were other people complaining, and there was a lawsuit against the company at one point.
Oh,
What if you made your own matchmaking service? Because I know you might be, excuse me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Patty's Angels.
Patty's Angels, and you have a whole wide range of women, and you set them up on dates because all of the girls are looking for men.
Yeah.
Start a dating
You have a
show.
huge network, and you can start a Miami dating show.
That'd be funny.
That would be
And
great.
you'd be like,
No, but I
it'd be like,
wouldn't want to
saw-
set anyone up with these Miami men. Fuck Miami
No,
men.
but you could fly,
fly
men
people
out.
out.
It's part of the show.
That'd be fucking cool.
That'd be a good.
All you need to do is find investors, and all we have to
That
do
would be
is
easy.
go to where the rich men are. We can go down to the
And
docks
date.
and dress nice.
but yeah, literally.
There's ways that you can make it happen, and you could just capitalize on your trauma and be like, fuck you to all the men who hurt me. I've had a horrible dating experience in Miami, and I'm going to try to change these women's life for the better.
You could make your own reality show, and you are the Lana. You are the voice.
That'd be something fun. Oh my gosh. Any networks want to help with me on that one?
Get
MTV?
OFTV involved.
Yeah.
Talk to the owners. The OFTV, all the girls are involved. They know who you could talk to.
Yeah.
And some of them do the shows for you. They just want the shows. That brings like men and women to the platform.
True that.
There we
Look
go.
at business
people
ideas.
love reality TV too.
People
it's like
do.
a dirty little secret, a little dirty.
I just want to
pleasure.
make my friends money. I got these ideas.
It's because we're smoking really good weed.
I know. I want to
Should we
get hot,
smoke
more
again?
high. Yeah. We love you so much. Thanks for coming on again.
Patty's
Thank you
good
for
egg.
having
Where can
me.
everyone find you?
On Instagram, it's Patricia K, spelled PatryKayy. TikTok is PattyyK and OnlyFans is It's PattyK, spelled ITSPATIKAYY.
And we'll link everything down below. So make sure you check Patty out. Leave her comments on her hot pictures and her hilarious TikToks.
Hell yeah.
Tell her she's a bad bitch. Make sure you leave us a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
5 stars on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah,
Please.
show the love. Give us all the love.
All the love, because we're
We're very
bugs.
lovable.
We're also. Are you on your period or getting it?
I don't get my period, but I think I was going through the cycle this week.
We're about to get ours. We still haven't got it. So I'm like,
my boobs
hurt so bad.
yeah,
Titties
they're big today.
Oh, your
They're
boobs are big
feeling
today.
big.
Yeah, they
today.
are, right? They're like moving a lot. today.
Okay.
Yeah, they are big today.
Okay,
Yeah, so
Patty.
I think because I'm hanging out with you guys more often.
You have more
You're
estrogen.
thinking.
And because I've never had this before. And I'm like on your cycle now.
That's so funny.
Like
We bring everybody over to the dark side.
We do. We bring everyone our cycles, and then there's just a group of like pure rage, feminine rage.
Oh yeah.
Like,
All right.
let's go eat cake.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. We love you guys. Happy Tuesday.
Thank you for having us.
See you next week.